Yo, people, it's your boy Tastic back again with the last World Cup video. I can't believe it. I remember the very first one. It was, I think, Qatar versus Ecuador. That was a very opening game. And now I'm doing the very last game. Argentina versus France, the World Cup final. Messi versus Mbappe. Old generation against the new generation. And the old generation came out on top, and I'm so glad for Messi. I'm a Messi fan. I've always been a Messi fan, and he's done now, for me, separated himself. He's now up there. I'm going to do a video about the his generation, goal, etc. But yeah, you know, he scored 7 goals in the tournament. I know Mbappe scored 8. I'm going to get onto Mbappe because this is his time now. And yeah, for him to do that, carry his team to a final, because it's one thing him just being part of it and maybe score 1-2 goals. For him to score 7, you know what I mean? He carried his team through. He's the first man in history to score in every single round in a knockout phase. You know, I know people say there was someone, but I can't remember. I heard the name back in the day, but back in the day, they never had round of 16 around. Used to go from group stage straight to quarterfinals. So Messi's the first man in history to score every goal in every knockout stages, and obviously group stage as well, in one single tournament. So not over a few tournaments, in one single tournament. What a player he is. I remember Messi coming through that Barcelona rank, coming through, man, that Barca around that 2006 time. He was pipping around that Barca that beat obviously my team Arsenal in the Champions League final, and he was on the bench, I think, or he's part of the squad. And he just knew, and the boy, he's scored so many special goals, and for him to top it off winning the ultimate prize in football, he has nothing else to win. He's won every award you could give out. He's unreal. And this was the saving moment for him. I think you can see the Argentina thing from the very start of the tournament. By the way, sorry they won. The game finished 3-3 over 2 hours to 120 minutes. And it was Argentina won 4-2 on penalties. Sorry, I'm just getting so emotional about Messi. I'm a Messi fan. Like, before, I respect everything that Ronaldo's done and all that, but pure football IQ, pure football awareness, knowledge, technical things. For me, there is no comparison between the two, because Messi can do everything. Ronaldo can do a lot to score goals. But anyway, let me not get too deep in that video, because that video is coming soon. Still, it's coming, and I don't want to tease you lot with the conversation, because there's a lot of Ronaldo fans out there, obviously, clearly. So I'm gonna get to that in a separate video. So let me not get too deep. But that conversation, I feel like I've always said this from the beginning, and I feel like I'm justified for watching what Messi didn't win the World Cup now. Like, why? But anyway, slap that. Argentina won the first World Cup for, is it 30? It was 1986, isn't it? So that's 36 years. Obviously, the great and the late Maradona did that. I'm sure he's looking up and down. Look at Messi, looking at the players. They've achieved that. That's their third World Cup as well. So yeah, it's a great. What a game! I think personally, this is the greatest football game I've ever seen. In the sense of, I know people are gonna jump and say for 80 minutes it was 0. Argentina were up for 2-0 up. Nothing was happening. Let's break that game down. I've done this video so up and down, but you know what? My video is organic. However I'm talking is how I'm feeling. You lot are gonna hear this. I ain't feeling nothing, right? So let's go. But let me go right back to the beginning where I should have started it, but I did my thing my way, right? So the way the game started, Argentina was a better team. He jumped out the blocks really quick. France looked slouchy. I know there was a lot of talk prior to the game. A lot of the players caught a virus, a little bug going around in the French camp. There was a lot of doubts on players like Varane. The defense looked like he got hit the most out of the part of the team department. Varane and a few players that they were struggling. And it kind of felt like that at the start of the game. I don't want to give the excuses, because, you know, as I'm going through this video, I start to realize how the French were showing real fight. But they just didn't get off going. Argentina all over them like a rush. They pressed them high. They were all over their faces. And also the key I like with the young manager, is it Scaloni, whoever, Argentina manager, he was the youngest manager in the tournament, by the way. So what a feat he's done. He's come against all the most experienced managers, or more than experienced than him, and he's gone and defeat them all. And he made one key change in this game. He took Paredes off, who's been playing all the other knockout games, and brought back Di Maria. And for me, that was the biggest key, because Di Maria gave Koundé absolute nightmares. He caused him all kinds of nightmares, and he got the penalty. Everything was coming through Argentina, that left-hand side or the French right side. It was everything was going. Di Maria had him on hot toast. He just get passing him, and yeah, he won the penalty in the first half, which is a penalty, minimal contact, but it's a penalty for me. And then Messi, like he did in the semi-final, the coolest man on the planet, rolls in the penalty, and it was running Argentina in the final. And you just thought, wow, great start. And then, and then you just thought, sorry. And then you thought, well done, great start, Argentina. They just started. France need to get themselves in gear. Sorry, I had to pause. I was just thinking about something, and and then again, and then the second goal. What a goal! You won't see a better counter attack. You do better to see a better counter attack. I think it came from, was it a French corner? It was something. The France had possession, and I don't think it was actually. No, I think they were playing around the box and they lost the ball. And then Argentina countered. It was a nice little ball into Messi. Messi flicked it round. To I can't remember who it was. Was it Alvarez? It might have been to Alvarez. He plays in a nice little pass into McAllister. McAllister had a great tournament for Brighton as well. He's been playing really well for Brighton, but really well for Argentina. Ripped it, ran into the space. It was all one touch. This is what football was all about: one touch. You kill teams with one touch. Too many touches allow teams to get in possession. Killed in one touch. He got in behind and put in a nice ball cross, and Di Maria couldn't miss. And he slotted it in. 2-0. You thought, wow. Is this written really in stars? Like, Argentina absolutely bullying France right now. Just ripped them into shreds. 2-0, and I couldn't see nothing. France, and then that was it. It was this. Argentina controlled the rest of the half. Went in 2-0. You just thought to myself, unless France do drastic things. Sorry, prior to that, Didier Deschamps took off Giroud and he took off Dembele. Dembele was having. Sorry, I said Koundé. It was Dembele that was actually getting ripped for the penny. It was poor tackle. He got ripped too easy. Sorry, Koundé. Sorry for it was Dembele that got ripped for Di Maria getting the penalty. He was getting ripped a lot. Deschamps took off Giroud and he took off Dembele. And a lot of people think that's crazy. I mean, Giroud's been, I think, the third top goal scorer behind Mbappe and Messi. He's been the next highest, and he's had, obviously, just brought Thierry's record during the tournament. He's at France all-time goal scorer list, which won't last long with the way Mbappe's moving. But yeah, and you thought, and you suddenly think to yourself, and you brought on Thuram. Is it Nkule? I can't pronounce his name. His face is in my head right now. Is it something Nkule? Something. He was good, and I'm gonna get into the second half because he changed the game for France. Did he bring in anyone else? No. So he brought them two. You thought this was a bit of a crazy. You moved Mbappe through this and back into the middle. And yeah, and I just thought to myself, oh, that's a big change. Half time, could have done that after half time, but he decided to do it just before. Maybe Giroud was, from what I was hearing, was actually niggling around with a knee injury prior to the game. So maybe he just that knee injury wasn't shaken off during it, and he was struggling to get around. So they decided maybe just to save him. There's no point, and they were losing the game as well. So yeah, and then even that second half, Argentina controlled that game up until, I think, the moment Madison Otamendi. This is why Guardiola sold him. He's got a mistake in his game. One thing with centre-backs, I don't like centre-backs that go to floor. Otamendi used to do that a lot for Man City. He's very slow. So anyway, ball was coming over the top. He has the opportunity to clear the ball as it bounces, just to clear it out for a throw-in. He lets it bounce, thinking he got time. And Cooley, the guy's name is that I can't really get out. I know you lot will drop it in the comment section. Just runs past him quicker than him, and he pulls him down penalty. And from the moment Mbappe took that penalty and he scored it, you felt the French just felt the energy. And if you lot are here listening new to football, football is a game based on momentum. Like most sports, even individual sports, momentum is key. And France did nothing for 80 odd minutes, but one goal changes the whole mood of it. The key thing as well was taking Di Maria off. It's the only maybe decision I would criticize Scaloni, as his name is, for, to Di Maria off, and that kind of changed the game. It almost went into more defensive because Di Maria was always the outlet on the counter, and France just couldn't really break. Every time Argentina got the ball in the out, he was always the outlet. He took him off, and they just allowed the incentive or the impetus to switch back balance to the French. And the moment that happened, Argentina looked panic stations, and then Mbappe scored a wonderful volley, and he went 2-2, and you thought, wow, now France looked the win, and then. Yeah, it was such Argentina. They were struggling, and then it was end-to-end basketball style. One team had a chance, moving into extra time. You couldn't write this. You couldn't write which way it was going. Do you know what? Just before I go any deep into extra time, the fact that France came back just kind of highlights how this tournament's been. And again, I'm going to do a separate video about what I thought about this tournament, because for me, it might be the best one I've ever watched as a World Cup, out of all the ones I've watched. But again, separate video, let's not get distracted. Going into extra time, France looked like the ones that looked like the energy in the legs. Argentina looked a bit slouchy, looked like a little bit shell-shocked that they were even in that position. They should be lifting the trophy now. They're now still playing football to see if they can even win it. So they looked a bit shell-shocked. The French looked like they had the incentive now to go and win that full game. But extra time was strong. France started rolling it, but then Argentina swung back again. He made another change. I'm just trying to remember what the change was. I think he bought Dybala. No, Dybala came in late, didn't he? There was a change that was made, or he made a tactical change. Can't remember. So scroll down there. And I mean, I just did put input to set a couple chances, and then so that was the first half of extra time. It was still end to end. What I will say about this game is in extra time, because normally in a lot of these extra time games, teams are you almost feel like they're playing out for pennies. They just seem tired. They don't want to do too much to lose a game, so they just play reserve. These two were going punch for punch, so they weren't playing for penalties. They were playing to win. And in that second half extra time, that little 15-minute period, that was unbelievable football. the dramatic part of it, Messi. Who happened? I think, yeah, Nkulu thing. I can never get his name. He's gonna do my head in because I know I remember after his video. He went through, he had a great chance, and Martinez came up, made a wonderful save. He was through, and you put your house to him scoring, and Martinez pulled out his leg out somewhere, saved it. And about 20 seconds later, Lechula Martinez, Argentina counter off the back of that. Ran up the other end. Alvarez played a nice little ball, and how much Lechula Martinez misses this is unreal. He's a header on a penalty spot, free header, no one near him, no defenders. All he has to do is put it on target, head it back where it's coming from. Argentina go ahead. But moments later, they get down the same side again, and Messi, I think Martinez takes a shot, keeper saves it, and then Luis saves it, and then Messi hits it, and it goes over the line. And he went 3-2, and you thought, wow. Messi, you know what I mean? Messi now he's scored his second of the game. Argentina 3-2 up. That is it. Done. Not when Mbappe's about. Mbappe, what a player. He is the new generation, the new guard. He was never giving up. And he took a shot outside the box. The defender rose his hand, hit his hand, referee pointed to the spot. Penalty was a penalty. You never defend like that. You're gonna block, tuck yourself in, not have your hand out. And then Mbappe, chance to get his second penalty of the game. He scored it like he knew he was never gonna miss. And he's the first man to score a hat-trick since Jeff Hurst in the 1966 World Cup for England. First man to score a hat-trick in the final. What an achievement that is. That was his 8th goal of the tournament. Messi was on 7. So, you know, the hats that these two took the tournament to was unreal. And it literally was the Messi and Mbappe show. Who was going to punch? Who was going to punch next? And in the end, we went down to the dreaded penalties. And, yeah. In the end, I'm not going to go through penny after penny, but the French missed. And Argentina, Martinez was doing his antics again. I always thought when we got to penalties, Argentina would win. And I just thought fate was there. Argentina were never going to do it easy. But the fate was always there, and Messi finally got crowned the one thing he missed out on his CV, the one thing he missed out of all his medals and his trophies and awards, the big one, the FIFA World Cup, and yeah, he now puts himself up there with Pele and Maradona, arguably even better number ahead of them. But yeah, Messi, he done it. Argentina have done it. Congratulations, commiserations for France and Mbappe. You know, for you to score a hat-trick in the final and not win that's crazy. Because 9 times out of 10 you always win. So for you to score actually in the final and not win, you know, you got to feel for him. But his time will come. His time is now. He's already won a World Cup, you know what I mean? So he's already going to be someone that's going to put himself in history anyway, as long as he continues what he's doing. And you can see he wants to be at the top. For me, he's the best player in the world at this moment. But Messi just had to have the one more last hurrah, just to let everyone know that he's completed everything, and now he's going to hand it over to Mbappe to do the rest now. But what a final. That has got to be the best final I've ever seen. You know, it doesn't matter if it's at international or club level, Champions League or whatever. That's got to be the best final for dramatics at the end. I know for 80 minutes people say it was dead, there was nothing, it was one-way traffic, but after that it was everything you could have wished for. So yeah, maybe not the best for 2 hours, but definitely the best 40 minutes of the remaining you'll see. You know, you couldn't say no, you know. What a final, breathtaking. You didn't know which way was going to go, but in the end, it went to Argentina. It went to Messi. Congratulations to them. That's their third World Cup. Commiserations for France. You know, did great to even get back to another final to even defend the trophy and almost become the first team to defend it. But yeah, you know, what a final, what a way to finish. If you're gonna lose like that, where, you know what I mean, penalties are horrible to lose by, but you know, what a way to finish a tournament. Great, what a tournament's been. Like I said, I'm gonna do a separate video on what I thought of this tournament. I'm gonna compare it to ones I've watched, and also the Messi Ronaldo debate, and also Messi received the goal, and also I'm gonna add Mbappe in that as well, because I feel like the guard's been given over, the baton's been handed as well. But yeah, so those videos are to come, people. It's what a breathtaking way to finish the tournament. This is a longer video than usual. What did you guys think about it? Leave it all in the comment section below. Did you enjoy the last 40 minutes like I did? Do you believe it's the best final you've seen? Maybe not for the first 80, but everything after that. Leave it in the comment section below. I'm still breathless, and it's been a couple of days since the final. Yeah, let your boy know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, like all the beautiful stuff, people. And it's your boy Shantastic, out again, back with another video very soon. Peace.